Because what is time? What is the place of time in meditation? And what is the place of control in meditation? May I go on? I hope we are meeting each other, are we? First, let's take whether it's possible to live a life, daily life, not occasionally, but live a life without any form of control. Which doesn't mean permissive activity or doing what one likes, rejecting traditional, all the modern young people are doing. There is no regret, no restraint, no control. Do what you want. Which the old people do anyhow. Only the youth thinks that's their prerogative, something they have invented. Now we're asking a question. Please consider it seriously, whether it's possible to live a life without any form of control. Because when there is control, there is the action of will, right? You follow? So what is will? I will do this, I must not do that, or I should, in the future, must do that, and so on. The operation of will. So we have to inquire, what is will? Is will not desire? Is not will the essence of desire? Right? Please look at it. Don't reject it or accept it. Inquire into it. Because we are now asking whether it's possible to live a life in which there is not a shadow of control, which means not a shadow of the operation of will. And will is the very movement of desire. We went into the whole question of what is desire. I won't go into now because I have a lot to cover this morning. Desire is contact, perception, seeing contact, sensation. From that arises desire and thought with its image. All that is desire, which we went into, but I won't go into now. And we're asking, is it possible to live without the action of will? Most of us live a life of restraint, control, suppression, and so on, escape on. And you have to ask, who is the controller? When you say, I must control myself, my anger, my jealousy, my laziness, my indolence, and so on, who is the controller? Is the controller different from that which he controls? You understand? Or are they both the same? The controller is the controlled. This probably stood. Is it all right? Do we understand? After all, you have listened to me for a week or 10 days. You by now, our language, our use of words must be quite common and understood. So, as long as there is a controller, he is exercising his capacity to control. And we are saying the controller is what he is, the essence of desire. And he is trying to control his activities, his thoughts, his wishes, and so on, so on. So realizing all that, can one live a life which is not promiscuous, which is not doing what you like, but a life without any form of control, either sexual and not indulgence, the will to control what you should not, and the whole problem of control. Very few people have gone into this question. And the whole Eastern form of meditation is partly control. And personally, I object to the whole their system of any form of control. Because the mind then is never free, always subjugating itself to a pattern. Whether that pattern is established by another or by oneself. So, the senses, the control. Then we must ask, what is time? Not the scientific fiction, science fiction of time. What is, in our daily life, what is time? What part does it play in our life? How important is it in our daily activities? You understand my question? Of course, there is time by the watch. There is time according to the sun, the setting and the rising of the sun. There is time as yesterday, today and tomorrow. There is time as something that happened in the past, remembered and shaping the present and the future. Right? So there is physical, chronological time, and we have also psychological time. I will be. I must. I am violent. I will be non-violent. All that implies a movement of time. Right? Movement means time. Please understand this really very carefully, because we are going to inquire into meditation, which is whether the mind can be absolutely quiet, in which time doesn't, as movement doesn't exist at all.